Hi, welcome. What's for tea with Tracey? Today we're going to make really easy, my version of chili con carne, and we're going to serve it with corn chips, and in the other room I've got some crusty bread. It's easy to make, my kids love it. All you need is 2 cans of diced tomatoes. You need 1 can of kidney beans, 1 onion, 2 tomatoes and 2 packets of El Paso spice mixed chili. If Nicole wants to come over, you can see that, and 1 kilo of mince. So let's get started. So we'll just splash some oil onto our pan, and then we'll cut up our onion, tomato and garlic. I'll put on my onion glasses. How's your week been, Nicole? Has it been good?
Much quieter than last week, so that's good.
It's good, and we're opening up to the public now, which is really good, isn't it? Yay!
It is Day Medna.
Yes, Miss Donetta. Carolyn bought them for me, for my onion glasses. We were talking about cutting up onions. And she goes, you know, you should get some onion glasses. And I kept going, yeah. And then she bought these ones. She's really good. And you know what? They work a treat, darling. They absolutely work a treat. Okay, so I'm going to put my gas on while I cut up my onion, and then I'll chuck it in the pot. Yeah, no, it works a treat. You been reading any good books lately?
I just finished reading the new Jane Harper book, The Strangers.
What was that like?
Very good.
Yeah, she's good, isn't she, Jane Harper?
Yeah.
I've just discovered, Carolyn got me onto this, Charlotte Nash. She's an Australian author, and I've just finished her books. And also, I've discovered Rachel Johns. She's an Australian author. She writes fantastic books too. I'm reading at the moment Lost Without You, and I finished The Art of Keeping Secrets, which is really good. They're standalone, you don't need to read them together, but she's fantastic. She's an Australian author. So yeah, I read her. She's brilliant. So give her a try, anybody. What's free? A couple of good books. Okay, so I've got our onions in there. We'll dice up our tomatoes. Just chuck it in there. And that's perfect. We've got 2 tomatoes. I'm going to dice it up and chuck it in with our onions. And then we'll add our kilo of mince once the onions are cooked, or translucent as we call it. And also I've got some minced garlic today. I'm just going to put a teaspoon of that in as well. And good to go. This is the easiest recipe to do. It's good, and my kids liked them when they were younger. What you do is you brown the onions and the tomatoes, and then you put the mince in and brown that, and then add everything else on and simmer it for an hour on the stove and serve it with crusty bread and corn chips. It's fantastic. I'll get Carolyn, sorry, Nicole to come on. I'm so used to saying Carolyn, because Carolyn's usually taking me, but she's busy doing important manager work today. So I've got my gas on. So we're doing this. You see how the tomatoes here, Nicole? See how they're sort of turning to mush, translucent? That's what you want. And the onions are translucent as well. So, and I have to thank Sarah. She's in our corporate management team. She bought me a beautiful stove, a gas stove. She all belongs to me now. I was using Bernadette's, and Sarah kindly bought me a stove so we can do What's the Tea with Tracey without the dodgy electricity thing we were using. But thank you, Sarah, so much for that. Really appreciate it. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to add our minced meat. A kilo of minced meat. I'm using the Coles minced meat. You can use Woolworths if you like, or IGA or whatever. But so what we do is Nicole will come over. We just put it in like this, and we just brown the mince before we add all the other ingredients. Okay, so we'll get that. Get my ho-ho. And we just mix all the onions together like this, with the tomato through the mince, and then we'll put the lid on it and just leave it till it's brown. Just check it it takes about 5 minutes, so we'll just check it every few minutes. So what we'll do is we'll come back in about 5 minutes and check it and add our rest of the ingredients. Okay, so we've been cooking the mince, we've browned it now. Nicole wants to come over so you can see. Still a bit, that's a little bit pink. So this is what it's supposed to look like. See the onions and tomatoes are all done. So now we add the other ingredients, which is really easy to do. So we add 2 cans of diced tomatoes. 1, 2, and we'll stir that through. So Nicole wants to come over so you can see what it looks like. See how easy that is? Okay, so 2 cans of that. 1 can of kidney beans. You just add it, you don't drain it, just chuck it in. Red kidney beans. Okay. Just stir that like that. And then we just get some chili powder, a little bit of chili powder. This has been happening to me all the time lately. Bloody lid comes off. Here, there we go. A little bit of chili powder just like that. And as I said, 2 packets of our spice mix. How do you put it up?
Old El Paso
for chili. So you just put that in and you stir that through, and then you just put some water in it just to make it like a stew. See, we wanted to see how it's thick like this. We want it a little bit not as thick. So if we just add a little bit of water in, probably about just half a cup, just enough for the right consistency. You'll know how you like it. Okay, a little bit more, because you want to be able to have it just so it's probably about half a cup. So you bring it to the boil. Once it comes to the boil, stir it, turn it down to a low simmer, and simmer it for about 50 minutes to an hour. If you've got more time, you can cook it longer. Like if I make it on the weekend, I maybe cook it on the stove for about an hour and a half. But if you just want dinner within an hour, it's okay to do that as well. So we're stirring this, and then what we'll do is we will come back and we'll serve it with crusty bread and corn chips, and you can have a look what's for tea for Tracey soon. So we'll see you in about 50 minutes. Okay, here we are with Carolyn. She's back again. Thank you, my partner in crime. She's doing the rest of the filming. She wants to come over so you can have a look at the chili. I've just stirred it. This is what it looks like once it's been cooking for about an hour. And as I said to you, if you want to cook it longer, you can do that. So we're going to serve this today with corn chips and crusty bread. So it's up to you how you cut your bread. So I'm just going to cut a couple of pieces of bread. So you just get your bread. I'm using the Emma loaf, and I got it from Baker's Delight, isn't it?
No, I think that's Woolies.
Woolies. Oh, Woolies. So she got it from Woolies. So we'll just cut it like this, like that. Okay. And we'll put our bowl on the plate, and we just put some crusty bread there, and a couple of corn chips. You can come back, and that way you can dip it in.
I would have just put the chili in and then piled everything on top of the bowl.
That's a good idea. I never thought about it like that. And
Less
then,
washing up that way.
less washing up. And then just a couple of ladles of chili. Oops. And that is what's for tea with Tracey. Chilli con carne with crusty bread and corn chips. So we'll see you next Thursday at 5 o'clock for What's for Tea with Tracey. Look after each other, enjoy this beautiful sunshine that we're having for this at the moment. Bye!